Hey everyone, welcome. So my name is Laura Erdman-Luntz. I am a life coach and yoga educator and author of the journal My Inspirational Year. Now, I wrote this a few years ago for myself, to be honest, to help me stay on track with my New Year's resolutions throughout the year. So as a way to remind myself what I wanted to do at the beginning of the year to make sure I was still on track. And I decided the year after, because it went so well, that I would release it to others. So I'm excited because this year I decided that I would do it with you guys yet again throughout the year and inspire you throughout the year. So for this live stream, what I thought I would do is help you get started. I want to help you get started setting New Year's resolutions from a deeper place, from a more profound place. I like to call it New Year's resolutions from the heart. And I will be live streaming and posting about this all at the beginning of every month as we go along through the year to make 2018 an amazing year. But even if you are starting this in April or May, you can start from the beginning. I'm going to create a web page on my blog where you can find all these videos and you'll be able to take yourself through the whole year. So you don't need this, okay? You don't need the journal. You may want it. It's actually, I'll show you some of the good stuff as we go along, but I've got really beautiful photos by Amy Zellmer with my own quotes. I actually used my own quotes this time, and lots of tips and thoughts along the way. We're going to go through it, but you don't need it, okay? So if you want it and you purchase it, just for those of you watching live or the next couple of days, if you purchase the journal before Monday, I am going to include a roll-on of one of my very favorite oils, Envision. It is such a great tool for envisioning something really big, for really opening up your vibration in your mind to new things. So for today, we are going to talk about setting it up and how do you figure out what you want. Here's the thing. New Year's resolutions, so many people have given up on them because they just say, gosh, they just don't work. Well, there's a couple of things that people do, if you will, wrong, not my favorite word to use here, but that don't, in setting the New Year's resolutions, to really set yourself up for failure. And I want to talk about how to do them right today, how to do them in such a way that you have a much better chance of survival, if you will, and success. So the first thing is people set their New Year's resolutions from a place of disgust and frustration. Ugh, I am so sick of being overweight. I'm so sick of being in debt. I'm so sick of being in this relationship. And that's their focus as they hit the New Year's. I don't want ... whatever that is. But instead, you really need to switch that around and figure out what it is you do want. So you can start from disgust. Oh, I don't want to be overweight. It's like, all right, well, now I don't know what I don't want to be. What do I want? I want to be fit and fabulous. I want to have energy. I want to be able to get down on the floor with my grandkids and get back up easily. I want to be able to carry groceries in. Whatever it is, I want to be able to run a marathon. Whatever gets you excited, that's what you put your attention on. Huge difference. Often New Year's resolutions are also set from habit. Every year, like clockwork, you set the New Year's resolution. You're going to lose the last 10 pounds. You're going to lose the last 10 pounds. You're going to lose the last 10 pounds. And you've done it year after year after year after year. You need to stop, if that's you, and say, well, do I still want to lose that? Is it really that important to me? Maybe you've outgrown that goal. Maybe there's a bigger goal that's underneath it that's more important. Or maybe it's just time to do something else and not have your attention on that anymore. What I encourage people to do is figure out what you really, 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 really want. For reallys, figure out what you really want in your heart of hearts, deep down, and start from there. Okay? And that's one of the first things you do in this book is you figure out what you really, 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 really want in financial area, physical, intellectual, spiritual, and then miscellaneous, if there's anything left. What do you really want to be able to say? And I'm talking about on your deathbed, looking back on your life, being able to say with that little smile on your face, that was a life well lived. Okay, what do you need to have in order to be able to say that? And I'm not saying, excuse me, be unhappy with where you are. It's not that at all. You know, you could be completely thrilled with where your life is and know you're capable of more. And know that in order to have that little smile on your face and that feeling of that was a life well lived, you need to live up to your full capabilities. Is your relationship really where you want it to be? Is your financial situation really where you want it to be? Is your physical body where you know you're capable of doing it, and where you will get full satisfaction for your life? So start there. And I recommend over the next few days, to let yourself do this over a few days. Now we are 3 days shy of New Year's resolutions night. So you're 3 days shy of that. Maybe, give yourself these 3 days to really mull it over and think about it. What do I really want? A lot of people have never thought about it. And in fact, there are two different kinds of people in the world. There are dreamers and there are practicals. And I talk about this a lot. So maybe you've heard me talk about this before, but practicals are the people who can't see 2 to 3% greater than what they already have. They can't even begin to dream. They haven't even thought about what's possible. I'm in my job. I have a job. This is how much I make. I get an increase of 2 to 3% a year, or whatever it might be. Maybe I get a bonus at Christmas time. And then it's, then you've got the dreamers or the practicals. These are the people, you have the dreamers who are on the other side, who they have pie in the sky ideas. They get really excited about all these wonderful things, but nothing ever happens with them. Nothing ever comes to fruition. And what we need is to bring those two together. There's a really great quote. It's one of my favorites. The world needs dreamers and the world needs doers. But what the world needs more than anything else are dreamers who do. Okay? So I want you to think about that. So if you happen to be practical and you're sitting there going, but I can have something more than what I haven't even thought about it. You don't realize how intentional your life can become. That you can change the things you have. We often take what we have as this is just what we do. This is where we are. This is what happens. This is my life. We haven't even thought about the fact that we can change it. You can change it. Okay? So if you happen to have a friend who's a big dreamer, make plans with him or her in the next couple of days. Call them up and say, I need to talk. Let them help you think big. I, obviously, you probably figured this out, am really good at this. So you can also contact me. Check out my website, LauraErdman-Luntz.com. Click on coaching. I do a really inexpensive initial session, and that 45 minutes is sometimes all you need. That's all you need to get yourself started. Okay, now if you're a dreamer and you've never ever created any magic in your actual life from those dreams, then we definitely need to talk. But I want you to write down all your dreams. Everything that you really, really want, right? Everything that you really, really want. Then from there, you say, okay, this is what I really want. And I can see in this area, I want this financial situation, maybe 10 years. I can see this, maybe 5 years, maybe 2. I don't know what your dream is. So what do I want to create in 2018 or over the next year, whenever it is that you're watching this? And that's what you write in over here. And again, you don't necessarily need the notebook. You can just use your own journal. But again, financial, physical, intellectual, spiritual, or whatever areas of your life you want to prioritize that may not fit in those categories, that's fine. What are you going to create over the next year in order for you to be on track to get what you really want eventually, whatever that time span is for you? What do you want in a year? Do you see where we're going here? Do you see how the New Year's resolutions come from a much deeper place at this point, a much more meaningful place where maybe January 1st, it doesn't feel like gosh, now I have to do the exercise or I have to start watching my money. You start feeling like, oh, I get to, because you're reaching for something bigger. Okay, you've got a goal for where you're going. There's this really great quote for discipline. It's something like, discipline is exchanging what you really want now for what you really want eventually. Something like that. But when that eventually thing is really exciting, the thing you want really now, really badly right now, isn't as big of a deal, right? It's not, it's like, okay, well, this is so important. I can say no to this here. I'm good. That's good. Okay? So once you figure out that 2018, you figure out what it is that you really want in 2018, in order to be on track for what you really, really want in your life, start to work backwards, okay? Start to come back. Sometimes it's a whole strategy you need to put into place. And by the way, for dreamers, that might be tough. And this is where you might need to hire me again, or get a friend who is really good at planning out strategies. You know, you may feel like at 2018, it's like in December in 2018, you want your business to be at a certain level. It's like, I have no idea how to back that up to figure out what it is I need to do in January. In general, though, I usually find if people say, okay, I want to be here in a year, I say, okay, so 6 months, where do you want to be? 3 months, where do you want to be? 6 weeks, where do you want to be? And then we can actually break it down so that you know what you need to do in January. Then each month you come back to your goal, whatever it is, and you set your intentions and you set your action steps. Okay, so what you want to create for that month and what you're going to do in order to create that kind of magic in the month. Okay, do you see where it gets kind of fun? Now, the additional piece that I do in the book, every single month there's some sort of personal growth topic, something for you to think about and consider. And these all come from my own manifesting course called 5 Steps Plus 1 for Living Your Extraordinary Life. So it's little bits and pieces of that course that I put into this journal to help you with the personal growth that you might need to go through in order to achieve the dreams that you want to create. So for example, the first one is letting go. There's a month on feeling good. There's a month on gratitude. And there's a month where you reinvestigate what you really want, make sure you really, really want it. And those are the things I will be live streaming and writing about at the beginning of every month. So I'm going to pull it out and we're going to talk about it. And I'm going to work on it myself that month as well. So that's where, again, you might want to get the notebook for that because it's a nice support for all of this, or you can just get your journal and just join me every single month. Okay, I have one more thought that I want to leave you with tonight. Okay? There is nothing more powerful than a made-up mind. So right now, I want you to decide. Decide that 2018 is the year. Decide that it's time to take that next step. Decide that you deserve the life you really want. And frankly, we deserve for you to live that as well, because there's something in it that's for all of us. What I mean by that is the more satisfied you are, the more you project that into the world, the more you affect the people around you. It's incredibly powerful. Your life is meant to be extraordinary, whatever that is for you. It's meant to be deeply fulfilling, full of purpose, and vibrantly joyful for you. Again, whatever that is. It might be being the most smoking stay-at-home mom ever, the most incredible corporate employee, or it could be inspiring millions. Everyone's story is a little bit different. Your story is important. Decide right now that you are going to live 2018 with more intention. You are going to live from a place of inspiration. And that is, inspire, by the way, means full of spirit. That means living from deeper down. Hence the name of the book, My Inspirational Year. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope this helps inspire you to take your New Year's resolutions to a whole new level. Definitely check out my Facebook page if that's not where you're watching this. I have been posting about New Year's resolutions all week, and we'll be doing a few more to help inspire you with all of this. So may you be inspired to live your extraordinary life. May your next year, whether it's 2018 or another year, or you're starting this in May or whenever, may it be your most extraordinary year yet. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Mwah.